What's up, guys? Harrison Graham here with Chicago Bears Now. We got a full mailbag coming up that we had already filmed a few days back, so stay tuned. But I wanted to hit on the Maxx Crosby trade. Obviously, the Bears do not get Max. I broke it down in full detail from a Ravens and Raiders perspective on 4Verts, my other YouTube channel last night. Feel free to go subscribe and check that out if you're interested just in my overall thoughts on the trade for those two teams. But from a Bears perspective, look, I, I'm perfectly fine not making this move. Like 2 first-round picks, and remember, Baltimore has the 14th overall pick. The Bears have the 25th. So even if they offered 2 first-round picks, it wouldn't have got the job done. You would have had to add a player. You would have had to add another pick. I did not think the Ravens or that the Raiders would get 2 1s. I definitely didn't think they'd get 2 1s and a player, which they didn't. But look, I got to give John Spytek and that crew credit over there. They held firm. They got 2 1s, including a top 15 pick. And I got to give Ryan Poles a ton of credit here. I don't think trading 2 1s plus more to outbid Baltimore for Maxx Crosby would have been the right decision. I think it would have been an overpay. I like Max, but he's had several surgeries in his career, including a minor knee surgery this offseason. He's played a ton of snaps. Very good player. He would have been awesome here. I've always thought he feels like a Chicago Bears type of football player, like hard-nosed defensive player who really wants it. But you know what? Like you got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. I do think the Bears were interested, but I don't. They just weren't going to go that far. And I said from the beginning, I am not trading 2 1s for Maxx Crosby, and that's from the Bears picking at 25, much less the Ravens at 14. And look, I don't blame Baltimore for doing it. They're going for it. They've been in a win now mode for a long time, but the Bears just had their first good season in a while. Like let's not get reckless here. So we'll see what they do next. I'll probably do a video later today if there's no new news, or tomorrow on Sunday when I'm back in the studio on, what they could do at the edge position, what could be coming next in free agency. Obviously, they traded for Garrett Bradbury. I broke that down. So serviceable starting center, nothing crazy, but a 5th-round pick next year to get someone who, scheme-wise should be at least a good fit, even if it is a downgrade from Drew Dahlman. Don't have to break the bank there for that. So, Taylor Decker, keep an eye on that at left tackle. But, again, it just final thoughts, like I would not have done more than what the Ravens did, or even what the Ravens did if I was Chicago. So got no issues with this whatsoever. You let me know, would you have offered 2 1s plus more if you were the Bears to get Maxx Crosby? Type Y for yes, in for no, because that's what it would have taken to get it done. All right, hit that subscribe button. We got a full mailbag episode coming up that we filmed in the studio, so stay tuned. I'm Harrison Graham. Welcome into the Chicago Bears Now mailbag. Combine Bears kicking us off. That's fitting. Should the Bears draft Akheem Mesidor if he falls to number 25 overall, despite his age? Now, measured at a decent size. I think he's like 6'3", 260 something. Arm length just under 33 inches, so big enough. I don't know if he's a true Dennis Allen prototype. But yeah, like the production, the tape, all that stuff is awesome. But he turns 25 before his rookie NFL season. Is that a guy you draft in the first round? Be a bit of an outlier if you did. But he could be more refined. He could be more polished. He could step in and be one of the best rookie edge rushers because of those reasons. So it'll be interesting to see what the Bears' approach is. I don't think a young team that was not playoff ready would take Mesidor in the first round, but maybe the Bears have entered that stratosphere of maybe they would, especially in a draft like this at 25 overall. I like what I saw this year on film. It's just the age and some injury history is certainly a concern that you have to consider here. Would you draft Akheem Mesidor at number 25 overall? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know in the comment section below if you would take Mesidor in the first round. All right, some super chats here. Appreciate you, Luis. He says, would you trade Bagent for the Vikings second? Oh, to the Vikings. That's a tough one. It's the 49th pick. That'd be hard to turn down, but interdivision. I would heavily consider it. I don't think the Bears would. And I wouldn't blame them either. You would. Could you imagine if you traded him in division, he lit you up for years? Like if that scenario played out, I mean that's how you lose a job. So I don't think you can trade him unless a team in the division gives you a first. I don't think you can trade him in the division. Wasim Khan, would you trust the state of Illinois? If no, the state and city are acting like the Bears owe them something. For Dexter, why trade a position of weakness? As far as the stadium goes, yeah, I mean, it's a back and forth. It's never ending. Clearly, Indiana has been able to fast track a decent offer, so we'll see. I mean, deep down, I would prefer them to stay in Illinois, but we'll see where it goes. As far as Dexter goes, I think if they trade him, it's more of a they don't view him as a long-term scheme fit, and he's entering the final year of his rookie contract. Gervon Dexter's what I would call a fine above-average player. He's a pretty decent pass rusher among interior defensive linemen. He's not very good against the run. How much more can he grow? He's still young. He's only 24 years old. So, you would think there's still room for growth, but he is entering his fourth year. It's not like he's entering year two. I just, some of the concerns that he came into the NFL with, I think they've improved, but I don't think he's ever going to be a guy that consistently fires off the snap faster than other guys. I don't know if in year 6 he's going to be a plus run defender. I think what we've seen is kind of who he's going to be, a guy that flashes as a pass rusher, but plays with a consistent pad level and is never going to be a dominant player, even though his physical traits suggest he could be. So if you can get a day 2 pick, I think you have to entertain that if you're the Bears, especially if you have a different vision for that defensive tackle position, not only in 2026 but long term. If it's like a day 3 pick, I'd probably just keep him, but we'll wait and see what the Bears think. All right, guys, go check out our merch, chatsports.com/bearshop. We got the just all new Bears Now t-shirts in navy and in black available. These are just $25, $24.99, chatsports.com/bearshop. Then, of course, we got the awesome St. Patty's Day themed gear. If you order the St. Patty's stuff by March 4th or before, you will get it before St. Patrick's Day. We got the t-shirts in green, navy, and black. We also got the hoodies available in black and navy as well. Chatsports.com/bearshop. Click and shop today. These hoodies only $44.99. A really good deal. You can see the whole Bears Now merch collection at that link. Iceman, FGB, whatever else. It's all in there. Chatsports.com/bearshop. All right, Levante Rogers, bear down or a trade down or trade up more likely? I would say a trade down is more likely. But you never know. If the right player slips, I know he's not a Dennis Allen prototype with the arm length, but what if like Reuben Baines starts sliding because of the measurables? Like, would you move up if he's there at 17? I doubt he falls that far, but the draft is weird. You never know what could happen. So I would say a trade down is more likely, but I don't think you can ever rule out trading up if the right player is available and the trade to move up makes sense. Subscribe to the channel. We're bringing you daily Bears news, rumors, updates. We do these live shows every Monday and Thursday at 4 o'clock Central where we answer your questions as well. If the Bears make a trade, we're going live, so hit that subscribe button. Busy time of year. We got you guys covered. Zachary Power, what would be the cap savings if we traded Montez Sweat, maybe to double down at edge, maybe Maxx Crosby and Trey Hendrickson, or another vet like Mac? I will pull up Montez Sweat's cap situation. If they trade him, they would save $16.9 million. So it's a notable number. They would eat 8.1. So his cap hit right now is $25 million. You would save almost 17. So that could be about what Khalil Mack costs, 17. Maybe it's more like 12 to 15. So you trade Sweat for, let's call it a, third-round pick, sign Khalil Mack to replace him, and then maybe you're trading for Crosby as well. I don't know. Again, I don't know all the moving parts, but in theory, yes, you could do that. You could trade Montez Sweat, but who are you getting to replace him? Like, what does your edge group look like? Because Montez Sweat has flaws. He's still a good player, and he's your best edge rusher by far. I like Austin Booker, but Montez Sweat's a more complete player. Name a player that you guys think the Bears should draft. Who's someone you want to see Chicago draft this year? Drop his name down in the comments of this video and let me know. All right, Nintendo, what do the Bears do in round 1? I just think BPA, and it's either a defensive player or a left tackle would be my guess. I doubt they take another offensive player unless Jeremiah Love falls to 25. So, yeah, defense or a left tackle. All right, Tom, what are the best fits for the Bears in free agency? Yeah, I mean, the usual suspects, Trey Hendrickson, Khalil Mack. Maybe they go after a Jalen Phillips. Do they bring back Kevin Byard, Cam Curl at safety? Is there a linebacker that they like if they cut Tremaine Edmonds? Do they go cheaper with a veteran like DeMario Davis? So there's guys out there. The edge group is pretty deep in free agency, which is a plus because Chicago needs to beef up that position. Bradley Chubb's another guy. So guys to keep an eye on for sure. All right, thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the mailbag. If we didn't get to your question, we apologize. You can find me on social media at HGramNFL on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. DMs are wide open, so fire away. I'm also on Facebook, facebook.com/HGramNFL. We're publishing content on all of those platforms every single day, so give us a follow. I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon. Bear down.